Ah, traveler, welcome. Good to see you.
We want some blackback perch stew.
All right, blackback perch stew it is. Make yourselves at home. It'll be right.
Thanks, Chef Mao.
I was just thinking about you guys, and now you're here.
You mean you were about to come looking for us?
Uh-huh. There's something I want to discuss with you guys. Did you happen to see how the city looked on the way over here?
Moonchase Festival? Is that another one of Liu's?
That's right! Moonchase is a big festival where we celebrate the arrival of the fall by moonlight. But it's completely different nowadays. We eat our favorite foods, spend time with friends and relatives, enjoy the moon and the flowers.
Sounds like Paimon's kind of festival.
With your great taste in food, Moonchase Festival is sure to be
Hey! If you got a problem with Paimon's taste, just spit it out.
So are you guys free these days? I'm taking part in this year's Masterful Chefs.
That's right. Getting some suggestions from friends will broaden your horizon.
Masterful chefs, huh? So is that like a competition?
Right, yeah. Every year, Moonchase Festival has a different theme, usually picked by the Qixing. This year's theme is Feast of the Bounteous Land, so the
Feast of the Bounteous Land.
I totally agree. I heard it was Ningguang that came up with it. She's so amazing. Well, I want to take part in the competition, but coming up with new dishes is hard work. And so I was thinking I could get the two of you to help by gathering everyone's thoughts on what makes a great dish. I really want to think outside the box this time. And to do that,
This'll be a piece of cake. We've got friends from all over the map, haven't we?
You sound pretty confident.
Well, not to brag or anything. But first things first, let's have a delicious one-man meal. After that, we can go around to all...
Okay, great. Also, Golba should be back soon, so we...
Here's your blackback perch stew, folks.
It smells so good.
It's my pleasure.
That was so delicious.
Xiangling can be a bit of a handful, so please look out for her while...
Come on, Dad! Why would you say that?
Because I know you all too well, my dear. That's why. You mustn't be quite so reckless when you're out in the...
Don't worry, we're all friends here.
Ah, and Globa's back. Roly-poling around.
All right, let's pack up and...
Cheap and tasty chop suey!
So, it's outside the box thinking that we're looking for, right? Hutao always seems to have a unique perspective. So
What? My ears are burning. Did somebody say my name? Yeah, it's Paimon and the Traveler. Oh, and Xiangling, too. Ah, of course, Hutao. Meaning you're here for some other reason, right? Well, Hutao, I wanted to ask you, what food I like? Off the top of my head, I don't really have an answer.
wow, so even Hutao gets lost for words sometimes.
Come on, even the chirpiest birds clock out for the night, right?
Pretty sure clocking out is...
Right! There's no need to overcomplicate it. Just pick a dish. I see. Launching a new dish? Well, let me say right off the bat, nothing weird, okay? Some poached fish. Poached fish and shrimp dumplings. Well, it is and it isn't. Think about it. Poached fish is hot and spicy with a powerful aroma. Dynamic? Oh, no, not that kind of dynamic. A dish is more than substance, it's a mood. Poached fish is red and spicy. It elicits a response. Shrimp dumplings are more subdued, clear and smooth with a pure and subtle fragrance. I call that static. Combining dynamic and
Paimon didn't follow that at all.
Okay. Dynamic.
So is this just another way of saying you should keep everything balanced?
Bingo. Except I don't think you need to have a sweet dish for it to be a complete meal. Personally, I always... Okay, I think I got it. At first, I thought you were just goofing around. How did I ever doubt...
When it comes to telling tales, the storytellers...
Sounds suspiciously like a compliment to... Uh-huh. Well, at least everything in this world runs on its own set of principles. Be it the circle of life...
Since the Traveler seems to approve, I'll make sure to factor it in. Paimon thinks we're pretty much done here now.
Boo Boo Pharmacy? Yeah, you'll definitely get some interesting responses over there.
Oh, it's you. Why, if it isn't the special guest who seldom visit. Less busy than usual, I see. Yikes! What happened to Baiju's voice? Excuse me? The neck. Oh, it's just Changsheng.
Welcome, welcome.
No. We actually came for the conversation.
I'm entering this year's cooking competition, so I wanted to ask you both... Oh, wait.
Most astute. You need to know what food I like? It's all the same. No flavor.
Chi-Chi has some gustatory dysfunction and can't taste any food. Make...
Oh, I understand. That's fine. Still, I'd expect Chi-Chi to have some sort of dietary preferences.
Sensation? Yes, there's one. Coconut milk. Nice and cold. Well, that doesn't help us. It's not a dish.
How about you two? I like bite-sized morsels of meat.
I agree with Changsha. Many of our patients are the elderly and young children. They find large chunks of fowl or seafood difficult to swallow and digest. We also see plenty of people with colds and sore throats who find it difficult to eat rich food. From a purely...
Got it! Would that be medicinal soups and...
Medicinal soup. I don't like it.
I must apologize for having such a one-track mind. It's a little difficult to think about food without worrying about the health implications these days.
That's okay. Everyone's input counts. Keeping it seasonal and suitable for all ages sounds like a pretty good...
Medicinal dishes have higher demands in terms of nutritional balance than the kind of food I normally cook. I don't usually focus on medicinal properties, but since this is for a competition...
Food with substance. Always better. Everyone will like it.
It's a great suggestion. Thanks, everyone.
You're welcome. As long as we could help.
It's great to have a doctor's unique perspective.
Oh, how you flatter me.
Receptivity to sensible suggestions make for a savvy chef. Oh, she is! Creating new dishes is Xiangling's favorite thing to do. You can be sure she'll put lots of care and attention into it.
Everyone's got their hobbies, and mine is cooking. Usually I just go with my own ideas, but having a whole new perspective this time is sure to make a big difference to the end result.
Great! That makes this whole trip worth it. All right, time to move on to the next. So we've got an independent thinker's perspective and a... Coconut milk. Now I want coconut milk.
Oh, it's the Traveler and Paimon. And Xiangling.
Greetings, friends. It's been a while.
Hey, what brings you here?
Has something happened?
What's with this great big stone on the ground?
Long story. So, just to confirm, I will assume responsibility for handling this stone.
None here. You know how to get things done, Kuching. As long as it's with you, I can rest easy knowing that it's in safe hands.
Should I take this to mean that you doubt the relative safety of leaving the...
Huh? Well, for starters, Kuching is the one who's always out running errands, rain or shine. Besides,
I was merely joking. You, meanwhile, seem only too ready to pounce when an opportunity to publicly lambaste me arises. By no means. You wish to know about the stone, I presume. Then let me invite the great seafarer Captain Beto to tell the story.
you... Fine. Well, it's a big one, right? And such a smooth surface, too. Makes you think there's gotta be a good chunk of jade in there.
It was found by a fishing crew, not far off the coast. It must have been underwater for years. So the erosion will be what's given it that smooth finish.
Finds like this cannot be kept as private property, and must be submitted to a holder of public office. Placing it into our custody will also give them peace of mind.
So, what's inside it? Well, we've hit it with just about every weapon we could get our hands on and haven't managed to even dent it.
No weapon could smash it open. Wow.
Kuching has taken an unusually keen interest in this giant stone.
Let's put that aside for a second. Traveler, what brings you here? Were you...
Actually, we were looking for all of you.
Oh? Hopefully not because there's been some sort of cataclysmic event.
No, nothing like that. Paimon's just getting carried away. I just wanted to ask everyone about their food preferences? That's a little...
I have rather simple tastes. Precise, pure, smart, and sophisticated.
That's your idea of simple, huh?
I summed up my culinary requirements in 4 words.
A few weeks out on the open ocean would fix your flawed definition of simplicity, let me tell...
What about you, Beto?
Me? If it's freshly cooked and piping hot, that floats my boat.
Paimon thought you would have said bar food.
As for me, it's got to be seafood. Okay, got it. So, seafood, piping hot, and that's where I would disagree. Traveler, surely you've heard of golden shrimp? Oh my, they're my favorite. You need to wash and devein the shrimp, wrap it in finely sliced potato strips, then deep fry it to perfection. They're very precisely put together. They taste pure, the presentation is smart, and the skill needed to cook them is highly sophisticated.
So what you're saying is, for all the frills and...
I heartily agree. Golden shrimp balls are a prime example. Their essence lies in combining art and...
Okay, got it. So Kuching loves golden shrimp balls.
I didn't say that. Did I?
No, at least not out.
Alrighty. Thanks for all your input. I'll be sure to take it all into consideration. Traveler, Paimon, do you have anything planned after this? Good. I'd like you to help me investigate something. It's about this stone.
You picked the right people for the job. We investigate stuff all the time.
My thoughts exactly. The Qixing has a public duty to deliver our final verdict to the fishermen. But there are also some things I would like to investigate on a... I'm sure you've become acquainted with the general background of the Moonchase festival. However, my grandfather was a researcher of Liyue's traditions. In his notes, he indicated that there was a deity called the Stove God in ancient... Very few written records make mention of the Stove God, and those that do are notoriously confusing. Some scholars believe one folktale even claims that the ancients found the Stove God's shrine, but there was no statue. Shortly after it was found, the stone was lost in transit, and it hasn't been seen since. This, after many years of researching ancient texts, my grandfather came to believe that the practice of paying seasonal tribute to the Stove God may be best described as a festival. But this is all just theory and conjecture. To prove any of it, we'd need to start by... Now that Rex Lapis has passed on, and Liyue has entered the age of humankind, his success... That's why I think the responsibility for this situation should fall to me. It's a chance to shed light on our history, revitalize an ancient tradition,
and possibly prove my grandfather's hypothesis. It was just a couple of days ago that we received this stone. Right after we decided to use food as the central theme.
3 birds with 1 stone, huh? That's pretty efficient, even for... Hey, don't worry about that. This sounds super important, so don't... Besides, we're only... Wait a second. I got it!
What? Why are you shouting?
Ka-ching, can I tag along for your investigation?
But
Since it's all about the stove god, I might get to learn something useful about cooking along the way. Please, let me come along,
if it means that much to you.
Really? Yay!
Now that that's settled, time to get going. Chingsa Village is said to be home to a lot of historic.
Alright, then it's off to Chingsa we go!
Oh, sincerely, Beidou, you misunderstand me. I have many
Well, everyone has their way of procrastinating.
Hi, Granny. We need your help with something. Are there any old books around Chingsa?
Oh, looking for ancient. There is an old warehouse over there, property of the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Many books are
The Feiyun Commerce Guild's youngest? You must be.
Paimon didn't know they had a warehouse here.
Help! Ah, I'm being robbed!
It came from that direction. Come on!
Don't waste our time.
Picked the wrong test subject.
I've come here to clean the book.
Are you alright?
I am, thanks to all of you. Hey, wait a minute.
We'll try not to take up too much of your time. I understand that this book warehouse is the.
The stove god?
Huh?
Yeah, a friend of mine who conducts research mentioned it once before. We use stoves for cooking. Some people think that the stove is a gift from the Lord of Geo. And that's why they call him the...
Seems logical enough. But do you have any.
Oh, any questions? Please, ask away.
Hey, it's Chongyun and Xingqiu.
Hello, one and all.
Hey guys, what are you doing here?
I was bored with nothing to do, and thought I'd come out this way for a bit of...
Yes. I'm just along for the ride, really.
I see the Yuheng Kuching is with you. Whatever.
Master Xingqiu, if I may be so bold, do you happen.
Since I personally selected which volumes to store here, if my memory betrays me not, there is one volume among them.
Might I take a look?
Certainly. If it pleases my lady, I shall lead the way.
They're back! So did you find it?
Yes, Master Xingqiu has quite an exceptional memory. Demystifying the. It says the following. The body of the dragon wielded a tail that could eclipse the sun, and claws.
The body of a dragon? The story's about Rex Lab.
That much is true. But this is the only passage in the whole book. There's nothing further to discover here. It seems we'll have to.
I come from a long lineage of exorcists, and our family too has amassed a number of ancient texts. Now that you mention the stove god, I see.
Books are penned by people. All they can do is show what the author was thinking. Everyone's mind is different. I apologize that we could not help in a more...
Your help thus far is quite ample. Liyue is a vast and rich land. All things that existed here in the past have left their trace. So long as we do not abandon our search, thank you all. We will continue our investigation elsewhere.
Oh, hold up. I had a question too. Shincho.
Food? Oh no. You're not thinking...
Yeah, I totally am.
Xiangling, this is a major event.
What do you mean, strange?
Mushroom slime stew, to give one example.
Okay, fair enough. That dish isn't my most popular. But that's why I'm doing all this.
Well, in that case, I like cold food.
That's 'cause you can't handle hot and spicy, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right.
My tastes are on the mild side. I prefer gentle dishes with minimal seasoning. Soups and stew.
No surprises from the Guhua Geek. Okay, another mild child.
These are just personal preferences, and everyone's are quite different.
Of course! You're my customers, and putting a smile on...
Though Xiangling's market research blade stabs often into the dark...
If anyone can win hearts and minds with their cooking, it's gotta be someone like... No, where's all this praise coming from? Sorry for holding you all up. That's all I needed to know. Over to you, Kuching!
So we've learned the stove god allegedly made an appearance at the Guili Assembly. But today that place is large. Longshuin is close by, so let's stop off there on the way over.
Forgive us, for this is where we must part ways.
Yes, best of luck. If you run into any difficulties...
Let's go! Next stop...
Now, which book to read today? Aha! How about this?
Huh? That...
Don't like that plan? Okay, then I'll read one for you. How about Young and Hopelessly Smitten?
Xingqiu, don't you think you have one too...
Okay. A guide...
Traveler, who are all these people?
Friends of ours! Allow Paimon to introduce Xiangling, Guoba, and Kuching.
Kuching? Of the
Hi.
It's not that. It's... I'm just your typical commoner. I've never met someone as high up as the Yuhan.
Look at that strong body, those powerful hands, and honest eyes. This guy must be a really great chef.
So, is there something I can help you with? You've come a long way.
Let me fill you in.
Okay.
Legends claim that the stove god once appeared at the Guili Assembly. As Wangshuin is the oldest extant building in this area, any historical text... Is there a room in this inn for storing books? And if there is,
Well, now that you mention it, we do have a fair few ancient texts here. I remember looking through... If you are happy to wait here for a few minutes... Traveler, there's something...
What is it? We need to pay...
What? No, I wouldn't take your money. We're all friends here.
A satisfying salad? What for?
Yeah, guy who hangs out on the roof terrace, you know? Good-looking fella, not too tall.
Shh! Don't you think he can hear you?
Oh, right. Yeah, the boss told me to take care of him, but this guy... Let me tell you... He is one tough, but the boss tells me you once made him a satisfying salad, and it all went down so well. So, I was thinking...
Oh, so this is for show!
Well, that's life, right? You gotta look out for your own people. All right then, wait right here.
Clock is ticking!
sorry for the trouble, Traveler. Okay.
Here you are.
Thank you ever so much.
While Kuching's reading her book, let's make that... Oh, I'd love to come watch too, but I don't want to... Okay. Shall...
Go ahead and get started. I'll just watch from over here.
That should do it.
All right, thanks for that.
You got all the right?
Of course. Don't forget.
Let's go see what Kuching and Xiangling are. Kuching, Xiangling, we're back.
You finished cooking? Good timing.
And? You.
Useful. There is a passage concerning, I quote, 60 miles to the northwest is the Guili Assembly. Many were settled there, where they hunt. When the stove god descended, one god became many, all of which were the height of children. As does a star when it descends into the world, so the stove god went out among the common folk and taught them to create. This is a radically different account from the one.
One god became many.
Taking the text at face value.
Went out among the common folk and taught them to create fire. So did the.
Now that's.
So we've got 2 leads, but they kind.
By continuing our investigation and reserve. Thank you for this text.
It's my pleasure, really. Think nothing of it. Listen, you've helped me an awful lot. Not just today, but in the past, too. I want to make it up to you properly, and as it happens, things are pretty quiet here today.
Wow, he sure sounds confident in his cooking. I really want to try his cooking. I say we take him up on his offer.
It's hard to refuse a generous offer like that. Yan Xiao, we await your culinary.
I won't disappoint.
Everybody, please be seated.
You think you own the place?
I'll sit here with Guoba.
Here we are. That's everything you ordered.
It all smells amazing. I think I've met my fellow finalist. It smells beautiful.
Strange. I never would have guessed that such a gifted chef worked here. This inn isn't
Everyone likes a good meal, whether they're staying the night or just stopping by for a bite. We call it an inn, but please enjoy your meal at your leisure. I should get back to work now.
Yan Xiao, are you taking part in this year's Masterful
Huh? You too?
Yup, I've signed up already, and I've got my eyes on the.
Huh. Interesting. All right. I'll see you there.
What was that? Some kind of power?
No, it seemed more sportsmanlike than that.
Yup, he's a really talented chef. His food was excellent, and it showed he has a level-headed personality. That's the kind of chef that could be a match for me. I haven't had any competitive cooking experience since my cook-off with Brooke in Springvale. You're too kind. Guoba, what are you doing?
Guoba's eating the...
Those were Kuching's! How could you steal them while she wasn't looking?
Oh, my golden shrimp balls.
Huh? You ate every last one? Ugh, Guoba, we've been through this. When we're with friends, you gotta be on your best behavior, okay? I'm so sorry, Kuching. I promise I'll make it up to you. What's the big deal? We can just get another plate. After all, it's Yan Xiao's treat today. It's not the same, though. The moment's gone. Sure, you can eat something else, but you can never go back and change the feeling of despair as your food is snatched away from right under your nose. The dining experience is a trinity of emotion, food, and atmosphere, and you've got to have all 3 to make it work.
I have to say, now that you mention it, that is a very accurate appraisal of the situation.
I'm gonna make it up to you, Kuching. Is there anything you want to eat? Anything at all. Whatever it is, I'll make it for you.
I don't have high hopes for this, but equally I don't want her feeling guilty. Okay, I'll let her do this for me. If you insist, there is one dish that perhaps you could try making for me. It's an old recipe from my grandfather's notes.
No problem. May I see it?
I'll get it to you when we're back in Liyue Harbor. Traveler, have you finished eating? Before we do anything else, let's head back to Liyue Harbor. I need to fetch something. I need to go home to fetch my grandfather's notes. Let's great! I'll go get everything ready. Traveler, what about you? I actually have something to discuss with her. Okay, gotcha. Traveler, come here for a moment. I need your advice on something. What do I need to do to...
Seriously?
What's so strange about it?
You're super smart, and you're always so sure of yourself.
Well, that's just ridiculous. Xiangling's always so warm and friendly with me. This time especially. And now I'm just not used to dealing with people who are so warm right from the get-go. How exactly am I supposed to respond? Okay. Noted. Thank you,
What's making Kuching so self-conscious? Paimon thought nobody would be able to... Hey, we're here!
Hey, grab a seat. I'm just running through my ingredients to...
Oh, we're gonna do this now?
What is it?
But this is your idea! Okay, so back at Longshu Inn, we noticed you...
Yep. Kuching's good-natured and easy to be around.
You're a braver person than Paimon. The first time we met Kuching, Paimon found her pretty intimidating.
You think so? I remember thinking straight away that she was really easy to get along with. Didn't you see her sneaking treats to Goba back at Wangshu Inn?
Yeah, she's great. We know that now.
First impressions? Oh, okay.
We've eaten shellfish before, but...
Oh, you're missing out. I'll grill some for you another time. But anyway, Kuching's like... Not to mention that even after her favorite food was stolen away, she was still happy looking after Goba.
You make a good point. You know, Xiangling's intuition for people seems really spot on. Is that what...
All right, let's see. We're okay for carrots and crab.
Huh? What was that noise?
What's going on? What the...
Ah, it's the ladybird!
Excuse me, one shall not be addressed in such a manner. One shall be known as Adeptus, whose name, should you care to mention it...
Cloud Retainer. That does sound like an Adeptus name.
Well spoken. One shall let this young lady's enlightened words atone for the ignorant ones of her friend. A while it has indeed been, traveler. Does one surmise correctly? Ah. So even the illustrious traveler has been summoned to attend the Moonchase
The theme? You mean Feast of the...
The very same. Moonchase Festival falls during the season when many cooking ingredients are ripe. Hence, it is a fitting time to enjoy the finest of foods. Let it be known that one's culinary proficiency and ingenuity is uncontested in all the world.
A supreme cuisine?
What's a supreme cuisine machine?
Patience. One's purpose here today is to meet and traveler. You are one who has witnessed much of the culinary world. When the day comes...
Oh, so we're officially invited?
That which is implicitly understood needs not be... I shall say no more and dwell here no longer. Await my word. Be there or beware.
This bird always disappears just as quickly as she shows up. Oh, wait,
She seemed like someone very prestigious and very talented.
she definitely loves her food.
What are you all huddled together over here for? The Adeptus left already.
Yay, Kuching's back!
Sorry I kept you waiting, Xiangling. This is the recipe from my grandfather's notes. They're not in the best condition, so rather than bring... Unfortunately, the texts my grandfather worked with were very old. Usually faded, damaged, or both.
Oh, okay. Let me give me some time. I need to...
Sorry for the trouble.
You're all here? That voice sounds familiar.
Sorry to interrupt your conversation. I was in the area buying a few things, and I heard the disturbance, so I felt compelled to come take a look.
You mean Cloud Retainer? I saw her too. She just suddenly showed up right in the middle of the street. Whatever adeptal power that was, she certainly knows how to make an entrance.
Lady Kutching, you saw her too? Do you, have a moment? I need to discuss something with you.
What is it, Ganyu? Has something urgent come up while I've been out?
No, it's nothing work-related. I wanted to ask about,
A personal matter? Involving me? Surely I haven't done anything improper recently.
Please, Lady Kutching? This is really important to me.
Oh, okay.
I noticed Cloud Retainer was here for quite a while. Did she say anything about... me? When I was young?
About your childhood? No, nothing at all.
What? Really? Whew. Thank goodness. I was getting really worried. Once she gets talking to people, she tends to go off on all sorts of tangents. So I was worried she might have bored you with some stories about me.
Your name didn't even come up, so you've nothing to worry about.
Kutching, how are you not asking a bunch of questions right now? There's obviously some juicy gossip here. Aren't you curious to find out what it is?
Please, no, don't do that to me.
Of course not. Whatever it is, I'm not curious and I'm not going to ask. If Ganyu has a secret and she wishes to keep it that way, nobody should make it their business to try and get it out of her. That's just basic decency, is it not?
Yes, ma'am. Paimon will never bring it up again.
Kutching, I thank you. You're so kind and considerate. I've always seen that in you.
What's that got to do with... Honestly. Go on, you should be getting back now.
Oh my, you're right. I should. Okay, everyone. Please excuse me. I should get back to work now. Take good care of Kutching for me.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Don't worry, Ganyu. We will.
Thanks. Hope to see you again soon.
Just ignore her.
Hey, everyone. I just had an idea. It only occurred to me when that Adeptus showed up. Do you think the Stove God could be an Adeptus too? Ooh, could be.
I don't want to assert either way.
In that case, we should go ask the Adepti about it.
Master, you...
Uh-huh. She's over at Eugene Terrace. Come.
Hello,
I did not expect that.
Master, how are you keeping these days? Are you well?
Oh, very well, thank you. What a surprise it is that you all had the time to...
Hello.
Master, we came here because we have a question for you.
Of course I know the Stove God.
Does this mean you know them?
Ah, I see. How interesting. So you came...
That's right. We're investigating something that happened recently.
I see. The great stones. I must commend your guesswork this far. Moonchase was originally a rite observed by the Adepti.
Not something in which the ordinary people of Liyue would ever On nights when the moon shone bright, everybody would get together. Later, Rex Lapis unified all of these various festivals under the Moonchase name to honor an old friend of his. In short, the heavens...
Rex Lapis.
That friend made many contributions to Liyue, and I can only presume that the Stove God Festival was one of the many subsumed into the Moonchase Festival.
In the hands of Rex Lapis, our nation's traditions were faithfully upheld. It is to their detriment.
Ah, Kuching, I simply won't allow you to be so down on yourself. Nothing would delight Rex Lapis more than to...
Thank you.
Lady Kuching!
Huh?
Lady Kuching! Lady Ningguang wishes to...
Ningguang's looking for me? Must be important. Please excuse me, everyone. There she goes.
Do you want to know who Rex Lapis...
Oh! Paimon does!
Yes, precisely. There are few genuine coincidences in the world. The Stove God was a good friend of mine, too. What a pity it is that...
How could that happen?
It is to everyone's regret that the Stove God passed. But gods cannot be fully destroyed, and we made a pact to wait and...
Really? Master, you must miss the Stove God.
Yes. Thinking back on it all, I'm pleasantly surprised to find that Kuching is investigating this. She is a tenacious child, and anything she sets her... Unfortunately, however, I cannot simply give her the answer. Kuching's grandfather once researched the Stove God, and now she follows in his footsteps. Since...
You knew Kuching's grandpa?
Of course. I count all the people of Liyue among my good friends. I remember grandparent and grandchild are definitely made from the same mold. Both diligent enough to take on anything, and I like to think of Liyue as my own little potted plant. I've watched it grow and blossom, and it grows more beautiful. New blossoms must bloom on the branches if the tree is to... My dears, you are absolutely right to focus your investigation on the stone. I should like to see the stone for myself if you would lead me to it.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
You're all here. I was just...
Kuching, has the stone undergone any changes?
A crack has appeared in one corner, but we still can't...
What happened?
More likely a natural occurrence. Our weapons have... How would a natural occurrence...
This is because the Stove God draws power from the actions of the masses. The heat of a busy kitchen.
All the books say the Stove God is the deity of food. So is the stone opening up...
Statues draw power from their people. So, if the stove... Ningguang and I chose Feast of the Bounteous Land as this year's theme. And now every chef signed up for the competition has been...
Plus, a lot of families have reunion feasts around this time. With everyone back home, So if the stone cracked because Liyue started getting festive, that's gotta be it, right?
Well, we'll have to see then, won't we?
Okay, the fact that cooking is involved gives us a perfect opportunity. The selections phase of Masterful Chefs will be held indoors and seen by only a few people. But the finals will be held outside in public. Everyone...
And when the finals end, boom!
It's definitely a possibility.
Well, I've already signed up.
Yes, for a chef as accomplished as yourself, getting to the...
All this talk of cooking competitions is making Paimon hungry. Oh, Paimon can't